Cole slowly opened his eyes. At first, everything was blurry. The cryo chamber hissed as steam escaped from the edges. Cold air wrapped around him like a blanket of ice. His body felt stiff, his fingers numb, and his joints ached as if he hadn't moved in years. The chamber opened with a metallic groan. He tried to sit up but had to pause, letting his heartbeat catch up. He reached for the side rail and pulled himself up. The lights were dim, flickering above him. The chamber room meant to house 20 sleeping crew members was silent. Too silent. Cole rubbed his eyes and looked around. All the other cryopods were still sealed, no signs of life. No blinking lights to show active revival. Only his chamber had opened. He waited for the ship's AI voice to greet him as usual, but there was nothing, no sound, no welcome. No updates? Hello? He said, his voice dry. No response. Cole pushed himself to stand, his legs shaking a little. He moved toward the panel near the door and tapped it. The screen glitched, showing error messages. Life support, active, crew status, unknown, communications, offline. That didn't make sense. The ship Eclipse Voyager was built for long-range space exploration. Cryosleep was supposed to end only once the destination was near or an emergency occurred, but why had only he woken up? Cole grabbed a nearby jacket from the supply locker and walked through the hall. The ship creaked as if it were breathing. Lights buzzed overhead, some flickering as he passed. He tried using the wall intercom, but static answered him every time. The cafeteria was empty, the lab was untouched. Tools and items sat just where they had been left before. Cryosleep. It felt like a ghost ship. He entered the control room and sat at the pilot's station. The star map was stuck in a frozen loop, coordinates spinning in error. Fuel levels were low, main engines offline. Emergency thrusters operational but weak. He ran a systems check. The Eclipse Voyager had been drifting in deep space for weeks. No navigation, no course. No destination. Cole leaned back in the chair, heart pounding. Was he really the only one awake? Did something happen to the others? A power failure? A malfunction? He couldn't remember anything strange before cryosleep. Everything had been routine, normal. He stared at the empty seats around him. He felt a cold chill, not from the ship, but from something deeper. He wasn't just alone. He was stranded. Cole stood up and walked back toward the main hallway. He passed the storage bay, glancing through the small window in the door. Something inside caught his eye. Movement. He stopped. Had he imagined it? He stepped closer to the window and looked again. Nothing moved this time. Just metal crates, hanging cables, and shadows. But his instincts told him something or someone was in there. He entered slowly, his footsteps quiet. He scanned the room, picking up a wrench for defense. The crates were untouched. The shadows shifted only with the flickering lights. Still, that feeling didn't leave him. He turned around to leave and froze. Across the room, near the far wall, stood a figure. She was tall, slender, and unlike anything he had ever seen before. Her skin shimmered faintly, a pale blue with a hint of violet. Her long hair fell past her shoulders, a soft, silvery shade that caught the low light. Her eyes glowed a gentle silver, wide with curiosity but also caution. She was wearing delicate robes that looked ceremonial, not meant for travel or battle. The patterns on the fabric were clearly alien symbols Cole had never seen before. She didn't speak, neither did he. They stared at each other, both unsure what to do. Finally, she stepped forward. Cole took a small step back. Still holding the wrench, she raised both hands slowly, showing she had no weapons. Her voice was soft when she spoke. I thought this ship empty, she said in broken Standard Galactic. Her accent was strange, almost melodic. Cole lowered the wrench slightly. Who are you? She hesitated, then replied, Arisail. Princess of House Wheeler? Princess? Cole blinked. This had to be some kind of dream. What are you doing on my ship? Your ship found me, she said. Escape pod, drawn in. Days ago, I hid. I watched. I waited. She spoke with effort, as if she was translating in her mind before every word. But her tone was not hostile. If anything, she seemed nervous, alone. Why didn't you wake me up? I didn't know if safe? Cole couldn't blame her. If their roles were reversed, he might have done the same. He put the wrench down. How long have you been here? She pointed to a wall screen and tried to form the answer. Maybe 6 of your days? Cole shook his head in disbelief. You've been hiding on this ship for nearly a week? She nodded. He studied her again. Her features were sharp, regal. She looked like someone raised in a palace, not someone used to running or hiding. And yet here she was, far from any royal court. Why were you in an escape pod? She paused, her silver eyes lowering. Running? From war, from choices I did not make. Her voice carried sadness. Cole felt his defenses lowering. Well, he said finally, if you're not here to hurt me, maybe we should figure out how to fix this ship. Ariseo looked at him, surprised. Then she gave the smallest smile. Yes, I will help. Together they left the storage bay. Cole glanced at her one more time as they walked. She moved gracefully, but there was a tiredness in her steps. Her presence was calm, almost comforting, even in this strange situation. He never thought he'd see another living being again, let alone a royal alien woman with eyes like the stars. Now, he wasn't alone anymore, but a new question haunted him now. If she was running, then who might be following her? Cole led Ariseo through the narrow halls of the Eclipse Voyager, trying to act calm, but his mind was spinning. He was supposed to be alone. Waking up to a broken ship was already strange, but finding an alien princess on board? That made no sense. Ariseo followed him quietly. She didn't touch anything, didn't ask questions. She moved like someone trained to observe before acting. She didn't seem scared of him, but she didn't fully trust him either. And honestly, Cole wasn't sure if he trusted her yet either. They reached the operations room. Cole moved toward the main console and began scanning the ship's system logs. Ariseo stood beside him, watching the strange human interface with curious eyes. Computer logs might tell me when your escape pod arrived. Cole said. She nodded, her long silver hair shifting slightly. He typed a few commands. After short delay, the system brought up a log. Unidentified object pulled in by auto-docking system. Entry: 6.5 days ago. No alerts sent due to system errors. Cole frowned. You weren't lying. Your pod got pulled in while I was still in cryo. I told truth, she said gently. Her voice was soft, and though her words were slow, there was honesty in them. Sorry, it's just hard to believe all this, he said. I understand, she replied. Cole turned to her. How did your pod survive that long in deep space? She looked away. Royal tech, hidden failsafes, my people have many secrets. That made sense, he guessed. Royalty would always have special tools. But it raised more questions. Why were you running alone? Don't princesses have guards? Her eyes darkened for a moment. There were guards. They didn't survive. Cole felt a sudden heaviness in the room. I'm sorry. He said, Me too, she replied. They both fell silent for a moment. Outside the window, stars drifted slowly past. The ship was still in deep space, far from any station or known route. A ship like this should have been in constant contact with command. But right now, they were alone in the void. Cole refocused. We should fix the comms first. We need to let someone know we're out here. I can help, she said. He looked at her. You know human tech? I studied many systems. Royal training includes languages and machines, she said. With a hint of pride, Cole gave a small smile. Good, come on. They entered the engineering bay. Cole walked over to the damaged communications panel. He opened it up, revealing fried circuits and disconnected wires. Ariseo crouched beside him. Her eyes scanned the parts. She reached into a pouch tied at her waist and pulled out a small, glowing tool. It wasn't a human device, but she used it like she'd done it 100 times. What's that? He asked. Repair lens. Restores. Small systems, she said. Is it safe on human tech? Safer than your hammer, she said with the faintest smirk. Cole laughed. All right, show me what you've got. She gently hovered the tool over a burnt panel. A soft hum filled the air. The wires began to realign. The burnt marks faded. It wasn't perfect, but it worked better than any tool Cole had. That's impressive, he admitted. I was heir to more than a crown, she said. I was trained to survive. There was strength in her voice. For someone who looked elegant and graceful, she had a fighter's heart. After an hour of work, they managed to get partial communication restored. Static filled the screen, and the long-range antenna was still offline. But internal systems came back online. Lights brightened. Air filters hummed louder. The ship felt alive again. Ariseo leaned back, breathing hard. Well done, Cole. Sod. Teamwork, she replied. He stood and looked at her seriously. We'll need to fix the engines too. We're drifting and fuel is running low. If someone doesn't come soon, we'll be stuck out here. I may have a map, she said. A map? In my pod. A star path, secret routes. Unknown to most, Cole raised an eyebrow. That could help us reach a station faster. Let's check it out. Back in the hangar bay, Ariseo opened the hatch of her sleek escape pod. Inside, the walls were covered with symbols and glowing panels. Cole couldn't read. But she knew what she was doing. She pressed a few buttons and a holographic map appeared. It showed a route through empty space, but with strange curves and jumps. Places Cole had never seen on any human map. This is a hidden path? He asked. Yes, safer, shorter, but unstable, not perfect. Do you think this ship can make it? If we repair engines, yes, but... She paused. But what, if we use this path? My people may notice, Cole frowned. That's, a risk, yes. He looked at the map again. They were too far from Earth space to wait for help. And the ship's fuel wouldn't last more than a few more days of drifting. If this star path was their only shot, maybe they had no choice. Let's do it, he said. We'll fix the ship and follow your path. She gave a nod. I trust you. That surprised him. You barely know me. You woke up alone. You did not attack me. You offered help. That is rare. Cole looked at her and felt something shift. They were strangers from different worlds, but somehow working together. Felt natural. Over the next 2 days, they worked non-stop. Ariseo repaired systems that Cole thought were beyond saving. She taught him how to connect alien circuits to human power lines. He showed her how to bypass control systems and reroute power through backup cores. They were exhausted, bruised, and covered in grease by the end, but the ship was alive again. While resting in the observation deck one evening, they looked out at the stars together. Where are you from? Cole asked softly. She pointed to a bright star in the distance. Valara, blue world, oceans, sky temples, a place of light. It sounds beautiful. It was, she said quietly, before the war. Cole didn't press her. She looked distant, lost in memory. Why were you really running? He finally asked. She didn't answer at first. Then she said, because I refused to become a symbol, a pawn. They wanted me to marry a warlord, to unite 2 kingdoms, but he was cruel. I escaped. Cole was silent. You must think I'm foolish, she said. No, he replied. I think you're brave. She looked at him with surprise. I've never met a human before, she said. You are different than I was told, he chuckled. I've heard that a lot, even from other humans. She smiled. It was small, but real. I'm glad it was you who woke up, she said. And for the first time, Cole realized something. He wasn't just trying to survive anymore. He wanted to protect her, because whatever was coming, he had a feeling her past wasn't done chasing her. The ship's engines were still quiet, but there was life in the air now. Power was flowing, lights no longer flickered. Water filters and oxygen levels were stable. The Eclipse Voyager wasn't fully fixed, but thanks to the work of Cole and Ariseo, it was no longer dying. Cole wiped sweat from his forehead as he finished connecting a coolant pipe in the engine room. Ariseo stood beside him, holding a strange device shaped like a crystal rod. It pulsed gently with blue light. Is it safe to activate now? She asked, her tone careful. He checked the panel and nodded. Let's give it a try. She pressed the rod against the port. The crystal pulsed faster, syncing with the ship's systems. A loud hum filled the room as the backup engine slowly roared to life. Cole watched the screen. Coolant flow stable. Engine power rising. Not full strength, but enough for navigation? Eriseo gave a small smile. Then, we move soon? Soon, Cole said. But first, we need to finish uploading your star path into the nav system. She paused, her smile fading slightly. That may not be easy. Cole raised an eyebrow. Why? Your ship is not built for it. My path was never meant to be shared. Cole walked over to the terminal and pulled up the map interface. Then we'll teach it. Eriseo joined him, placing her palm on the screen. Her skin had a soft glow when it touched the surface. Strange symbols appeared, and the ship's system beeped in confusion. Your system is rejecting it, she said. I noticed, Cole muttered. Let me try something. He typed in a manual override. The ship asked for an administrator code. He entered his credentials and confirmed Erisail's data upload. The screen flickered, then accepted the file. There, he said. Now the ship knows your shortcut. Erisail looked at him with surprise. You trust me that much? He didn't answer right away. Then he said, You've helped fix this ship. You saved parts I thought were dead? That's enough for me. She looked away for a moment, then spoke softly. Thank you. Later, that day, they took a break in the lounge. The wide window showed the stars stretching across black space like glittering dust. Erisail sat on the floor, legs folded under her, sipping warm broth from a cup Cole had made using the food processor. I'm still not used to your flavors, she said, making a funny face. Cole laughed. That's the ship's idea of vegetable soup, not exactly royal dining. She gave a short laugh. On Valara, our meals are more delicate, more art than food. Cole sat across from her. Do you miss it? She grew quiet. Every moment. He nodded, understanding. I used to think I wanted adventure. Space, stars, the unknown. But after all this, I'd trade it for a warm cup of coffee and a busy street. Strange how we run toward something, only to wish we were back where we began, she said. Softly, they sat in silence for a moment. Then Erisail asked, What will you do once we reach safety? Cole thought for a second. I guess ... go back? Maybe find another job? Or maybe take a break. After this, I think I've earned one. Erisail looked at him with gentle eyes. You have courage, Cole. He smiled. I'm just an engineer. You are more than that. You didn't panic, you fixed your ship, and you helped a stranger, Cole shrugged. I couldn't just let you stay hidden forever. Her gaze stayed on him. Most would have turned me in. He met her eyes. I'm not most. That night, something changed. Cole was working in the data room, trying to stabilize the ship's central processor when the system beeped. A new file appeared, something hidden in the comm system. He clicked on it. A video message started playing. The image was fuzzy but clear enough. It showed Erisail standing in a grand hall surrounded by alien guards. A voice announced, This is a message from the Velaran Empire. The Princess Erisail has fled from her duties. Anyone who finds her must return her alive or dead. A reward will be given. Cole sat frozen. The video ended and another file loaded. Details of a bounty. With her full name, her ship, and even pictures of her. She was being hunted. He backed away from the screen. His heart was racing. Why didn't she tell him? He went. To find her. She was in the control room, looking at the stars again. Erisail, he said, his voice sharper than before. She turned. Her eyes met his, and she saw the look on his face. You found it, she said quietly. Why didn't you tell me about the bounty? I was afraid you would hand me over, she replied calmly. I wouldn't have. He stopped then. Sighed. Okay, I don't know, but I deserve to know. She nodded. You are right. He crossed his arms. So, they're tracking you? Not directly, she said. Not yet. But if we use the star path, they might detect the route. Then, what do we do? He asked. We go fast. We reach the human outpost before they notice. Cole sat down. He was angry, but also confused. She had told him bits of her story, but not everything. Tell me the full truth now. Please, he said. Erisail closed her eyes. When she opened them again, there was sadness in them. My father was king. When he died, my uncle took the throne. He made deals with enemies. To secure peace, he wanted me to marry the warlord of the Gelen faction, a man known for cruelty. Cole listened, silent. I refused. I begged for a different way. He wouldn't listen, so I escaped. My guards helped me. Some died doing so. And the bounty? Cole asked. My uncle needs me back to complete the deal. I'm a key, a symbol. Without me, the marriage means nothing. Cole leaned forward. Do you still want to go to the human outpost? Yes, she said firmly. I will ask for asylum. I will speak to your leaders. And if they don't accept, I will run again. He looked at her. Even with all the secrets, she had never once tried to hurt him. She had helped him, trusted him. And now she was being hunted by her own people for wanting freedom. He stood up. Then we'll go together. She blinked. You would still help me? Yes, but from now on, no more secrets. Arisael placed a hand over her chest and bowed her head slightly. No more secrets. They returned to the engine room, making final preparations. The ship was ready. The path was loaded. Fuel was low, but just enough. They sat together in the pilot's cabin. Cole placed his hand on the control panel. Let's fly, he said, and with a hum, the Eclipse Voyager moved forward. They were no longer drifting. They had a goal, but in the shadows of the galaxy, someone was still watching. The Eclipse Voyager moved through deep space with quiet speed. The engine's hum was steady now, and the lights no longer flickered. Cole sat in the pilot's seat, focused, while Arisael stood beside him, watching the star path slowly unfold. Across the screen, the alien princess had uploaded her hidden route into the ship's navigation system. It wasn't like normal space travel. Her star path moved through pockets of empty zones, places avoided by most traders and fleets, places filled with gravity twists and time pockets. But it worked. The ship moved faster than any known route would allow. How long until we reach the human outpost? Cole asked. 32 hours if all systems hold, Arisael replied. And if they don't? She turned to him. Then we are lost in the dark, Cole nodded. All right. Number. Pressure. They spent the next few hours checking every part of the ship. Arisael moved through the systems like she had always belonged there. She fixed minor power leaks, adjusted heat flows, and retuned the gravity field in some areas. Cole watched her with quiet respect. You weren't just trained as a royal, were you? He asked during a short break. She looked at him, curious. What do you mean? You know too much about systems, circuits, and repairs? Royals usually give orders. You fix things. She smiled gently. I wasn't always meant to be a princess. My sister was the true heir. She died in a sky accident when we were children. After that, everything changed. I was trained to take her place. Cole paused. I'm sorry. She was kind, brave. She would have made a better ruler than I ever could. I doubt that, Cole said. From what I've seen, you're not just smart, you care. That matters. Arisael looked away, a soft sadness in her eyes. Later, while running a scan of the outer hull, Cole spotted something unusual. A signal, faint but steady, was pinging from the far edge of the ship's range. He zoomed in. A ship-unknown model was moving at high speed. It had no identification. Codes. Cole's stomach dropped. We have company. Arisael came over quickly. Let me see. She studied the signal and frowned. That's a Veleran Hunter-class ship. Small, fast, armed. Coming for you? Yes. Cole quickly began adjusting course. Can they catch us? Not if we enter the gravity folds ahead. But if they trace our path, they'll follow. Cole shook his head. How did they even find us? She hesitated. It's my fault. What do you mean? I left a signal in my escape pod. A backup beacon in case someone from my loyal guard came looking. I forgot to shut it down when we repaired systems. Cole didn't get angry. He simply nodded. All right. Mistakes happen. We'll fix it. He opened the communication panel. Can we send a false trail? Arisael thought for a moment. Yes, we can fake a ship explosion. Make it look like the Eclipse Voyager was destroyed in the gravity field. Let's do that. Working together, they rigged an escape pod. With some ship debris, activated the beacon. and then programmed it to drift into the dangerous edge of a gravity zone. When the enemy ship got close enough, the fake signal would show the ship had exploded, hopefully convincing the tracker that their target was gone. As the pod launched, Cole watched it disappear into the black. "Now we wait," he said. A few hours later, Cole and Arisail sat in the darkened observation room. The stars outside seemed calm, but both of them knew danger wasn't far behind. "I've never been hunted before," Cole said. "I have," she replied. He looked at her. "That's not something people should have to say." "No, but when you're born into power, enemies are many. I never wanted that life." "So what life did you want?" She thought for a while. "One with peace. A quiet garden, books, music, love that isn't political." Cole smiled a little. "That doesn't sound like a throne room." "It's not," she said. "That's why I ran." He nodded, "And I guess I wanted adventure. But I didn't expect it to look like this." She looked at him with soft eyes. "Would you trade it if you could go back?" Cole thought carefully. "No, because if I did, I wouldn't have met you." Her eyes lowered and she smiled. The ship continued. Moving smoothly, the fake pod had worked. The unknown ship disappeared from radar. Cole and Arisail finally had some peace, but it didn't last long. Just as they were preparing to sleep, a new signal flashed on the main console. Cole rushed to check it. "It's from the escape pod," he said. Arisail frowned. "But that pod should be out of range." He opened the file. It wasn't just a signal, it was a recorded message. The enemy ship had found the pod, scanned it, and left behind a message. Knowing they might still be watching, the message played on the screen. An alien voice spoke calmly. "You cannot run forever, Arisail. The stars are wide, but your blood shines bright. You belong to Villara, and we always reclaim what is ours." The screen went dark. Arisail's face was pale. Cole turned to her. "They're not fooled." "No," she said softly. "They want me to know they're coming." Cole clenched his jaw. "Then we better be ready." Over the next day, they made final preparations. Shields were checked, weapon systems were boosted. Though the Eclipse Voyager was not a warship, it had basic defense. Cole trained Arisail on the emergency blaster controls. She learned quickly, faster than he expected. "You've used weapons before," he said, double quotes. "Yes, I trained in secret when I was younger. My father wanted me to know how to defend myself." He looked at her with new respect. "You really are full of surprises." She smiled softly. "And you, Cole, are the bravest human I've ever met," he laughed. "I'm probably the only human you've ever met." "Still," she said, "my words are true." At last, the human outpost came into view. It was a small floating station near a minor star, an old mining platform, converted into a trade and rescue hub. Cole opened. The comms and sent a distress code. "Within minutes," a voice replied. "This is Outpost 47, Eclipse Voyager, we hear you. Docking bay is open, prepare for landing." Cole and Arisail looked at each other. "We made it," he said. "Almost," she replied. "But the hardest part may be ahead." As the ship entered docking mode, Cole guided it gently into the hangar. Metal doors slid open. Lights blinked green. The ship touched down with a soft thud. Cole stood and turned to Arisail. "You ready?" She nodded, but her hands trembled slightly. They walked together toward the airlock. The doors opened slowly, revealing a group of human officers waiting inside the station. One of them stepped forward. "Welcome back, Cole. Who's your guest?" He looked at Arisail. She stepped forward, lifting her chin. "My name is Arisail of Villara," she said clearly. "I request political asylum on Earth." The officers exchanged glances. One of them opened a communication channel. Cole stood beside her. He had no idea what was coming next. But he knew one thing. He wasn't leaving her side. Cole stood close to Arisail as the human officers led them through the metal halls of Outpost 47. The station was older than most, with rust-colored panels, blinking lights, and the soft hum of machinery in the walls. But to Cole, it was the most welcoming place he had seen in weeks. They entered a secure room, where a communication officer handed them water and food. A large screen on the wall blinked with the words, Asylum request under review. Arisael sat quietly, holding the metal cup in both hands. Her long silver hair was pulled back, her face calm but tired. She had spoken clearly, firmly when she introduced herself. But now, waiting in silence, Cole could see the weight on her shoulders. "You okay?" he asked gently. She nodded. "I will be." Cole sat beside her. "You did great. They heard you. That's what matters." "They will contact Earth, yes?" she asked. "Yeah," Cole said. "The diplomats will review your case. You're safe here." "This is human space now." Arisael looked at him with grateful eyes. "You made this possible. You fixed." "Half my ship?" Cole smiled. "I owed you." She didn't reply, but her small smile said everything. An hour later, a captain entered the room. He was tall, serious, and wore a clean black uniform. His voice was calm but firm. "We've contacted Earth Command. They're reviewing your case. Until they decide, you will stay here under protection. We will provide you with shelter and food, but we also picked up something on long-range sensors." Cole stood. "What is it?" "A Velaran ship, Hunter class. It's heading this way." Arisael's face became pale. "They found us," the captain nodded. "We believe they were tracking your escape pod. They must have followed the trail even after you landed here." Cole stepped forward. "Are you going to hand her over?" The captain looked at him. "She's under our care, and under human law, she requested protection. We will not hand her over without a decision from Earth. And if they attack, then we defend." Cole felt a wave of relief but also worry. A full attack would be dangerous. This station wasn't built for war. The next few hours moved. Quickly, the station crew prepared defenses. Shields were raised. Emergency fighters were prepped. Some workers were sent to the lower levels for safety. Cole and Arisael stood in a viewing room, watching the stars. Soon a small, sharp-shaped ship appeared from the darkness. Its design was smooth, silver blue, with glowing patterns. It stopped just outside firing range. Then a signal came through. The captain allowed it to play on the main screen. The face of a Velaran noble appeared, cold, pale, with dark markings around his eyes. "This is Commander Rithan of the Velaran fleet," he said. "We come for the runaway. Return Princess Arisael to us or face the consequences." The captain replied, "This is human territory. The princess has requested asylum. We are reviewing it. Leave now." Rithan's face hardened. "You are protecting a traitor. Do you think we won't act because of your law?" Arisael stepped forward. "Commander Rithan," she said clearly, "you have no right to drag me back. You belong to Valara," he growled. "You are the key to peace. You will return or we take you by force." The signal ended. The room fell silent. Cole turned to the captain. "He won't leave, will he?" "No," the captain said. "But we have shields, and we've sent a message to Earth for backup." Arisael looked at Cole. "He will not stop. Even if we hide again, he will chase us." "Then maybe it's time we stop running," Cole said. She looked at him, unsure. He smiled. "We've tricked a warship before. Maybe we can do it again." Cole came up with a plan. The Velaran ship was focused on the outpost. It expected a decision or a fight. But it wouldn't expect an escape. Not in plain sight. Using the Eclipse Voyager, Cole and Arisael would launch from the station, using its shadow to hide their exit. They'd take the hidden star path again, not to run, but to reach a larger human fleet already on patrol in that sector. The captain agreed. "It's risky, but it might work. We'll keep the enemy focused on us. You two get moving." They moved fast. The Eclipse Voyager was refueled and ready. Arisael brought her small tech tools. Cole checked all systems twice. Before takeoff, Arisael stopped and looked at the station behind them. "They gave me safety, even without knowing me." "They saw what I saw," Cole said. "Someone who deserves to be free." She looked at him. "You still believe in me?" "I never stopped." They launched quietly. The station dimmed its lights and opened a side bay. The Eclipse Voyager slipped out. Hiding in the station's shadow, the Velaran ship didn't move. Cole turned to Arisael. "Time to vanish." She entered the coordinates. The ship moved toward the edge of the star path. Just then, the enemy ship reacted. Alarms rang. They've seen us, Cole said. Too late, she replied. Pressing the command, the stars around them bent and the ship jumped. The hidden star path was wild dot space twisted around them. Lights danced outside the windows. The ship shook, but the path held. Minutes passed like hours. Then dash silence. They dropped out into open space. Right in front of a human patrol fleet, Cole let out a breath. We made it. He opened communication. This is Eclipse Voyager. We have Princess Arisail on board. Requesting emergency protection. The fleet commander replied, Confirmed. We have you. You are under our care now. Hours later, inside one of the fleet ships, Arisail sat with Cole in a peaceful lounge. For the first time, there was no running. No fear. Earth had accepted her asylum request. She was free. Cole leaned back, looking out at the stars. So, what now? Arisail looked at him with a warm smile. I don't know, but I know where I want to begin. Where? She reached out, touching his hand gently. With you, he smiled. Then let's see what comes next, together. And for the first time in a long while, they both felt hope, not just for safety, but for something more.